This is Colin McGuigan for IFL TV. Delighted to be joined by Billy Nelson in Belfast, Ireland. Billy, we're here for a massive fight week. First of all, how's things, mate?
Everyone's good, mate. I'm looking forward to Saturday night. Should be a great night of boxing for the fans.
Obviously, you've recently came on with Lewis. I say recently, you've probably been working with him, 18 months now? 12, 18 months, something like that?
February. March.
Okay, February, March. But with Lewis, he's someone that the Belfast fans and his own fans go crazy for. I believe, in my opinion, he could have been the main event against Tyrone McKenna on Saturday night. How's Lewis looked in camp?
He's been looking fantastic in camp. Each camp he's been getting better. He's learning. He's very comfortable in his surroundings and Green Girls and where the village we live in. Solely focused on boxing, and he's been the ultimate professional since he's been with us.
I believe you took him to his first Rangers match over there.
Yes, we did, and it was a rather successful 3-0 victory against a team. What was their name again? Celtic.
In terms of you and Lewis's relationship, how's that blossomed since February, and how have things came on in the gym? Obviously, when he came to you, maybe a little bit quiet and reserved, but really came out of his shell now.
No, he's still a quiet guy, very quiet, very focused on what he wants to achieve in boxing, and hopefully I'll be able to help him achieve those goals that he's got.
How highly do you rate Lewis, Billy? Because obviously you're someone that's been around boxing for a while, you've worked with some big names, but how highly do you rate him?
Lewis Crocker, in my opinion, is probably the hardest, if not in the top 2 or 3 hardest punching welterweights in the world. I've held the pads for some good punchers, big punchers, but pound for pound this guy beats him by quite a bit. You know, it's ferocious punching, both body and head.
Let's talk about yesterday first of all. Lewis, at the workout yesterday, he said that Tyrone McKenna was shitting himself, I think he said to him. He said he's very nervous, believes that he's coming in a great place. Did you see that in Tyrone McKenna yesterday as well?
I've seen that a wee bit, I must admit. But you've got to remember, Tyrone's 33. Tyrone's been dropped by lightweights and light welterweights. He's now going in against a guy, a ferocious puncher, both the head and body, with 8-ounce gloves on. He ain't going to look forward to it. You mark my words. As soon as Tyrone says that, and we had a good chuckle in the gym about it, and I still laugh knowing the power that Lewis has got. He said that Lewis is not a puncher. You mark my words. When he takes a flush shot to either head or body, his whole body's going to go, oh my fucking good God, what's just hit me? Believe you me, he hits that hard.
I interviewed Tyrone, and he referred to the Prograis fight, where Prograis is obviously a big puncher. He referred to Jack Catterall. He said that he kept coming in these circumstances, and he believes that Lewis won't have anything near what they had, and they couldn't really take him out. I mean, the referee had to stop it. But do you see that sentiment from Tyrone, or are you fully focused on this?
Everybody, Tyrone forgets. Tyrone's a lovely guy, right? I'm not here to knock him by any manner of means, because he's a real nice guy, and I've known him since his time when he trained in Glasgow. Everybody that Tyrone's been beat 3 times. Every time he stepped up, he's been beat. He got a contentious decision against Jenkins. There was another contentious decision. He's had 6 knockouts. He couldn't punch snow off a wall. He's a very skillful fighter. He's a skillful fighter. That's what he is. But he's coming in against the guy that matches his skill. But Tyrone couldn't get near where Lewis's punching power. You know, and he's been dropped and stopped with light welterweights and welterweights. He's going in against a fully fledged, ferocious punching welterweight with a skill to match Tyrone's. People think it's a 50-50 fight. I don't see it that way at all. And that's not being disrespectful to Tyrone by any manner means. I just don't see it that way.
If Lewis is to come through this on Saturday night, Eddie Hearn's been quite vocal of the fact that the winner stays on in these circumstances. He said he's going to be back in Belfast in 2024. Who out there would you like to see Lewis against? And I'm not looking past Tyrone by any means, but
so I've not got an answer for that, because Tyrone's the objective. There's no other big fights if we don't come to us on Saturday, and our sole objective and focus is on Saturday night. Can't think past Tyrone McKenna. Once we get disposed of him, that's when we'll look at future fights.
I suppose then my question to you is how high can Lewis Crocker go in the sport? What is Lewis Crocker's ceiling in the sport?
Become a world champion. I mean, if Eddie wants, I know. I've said, the sole focus is Tyrone Saturday, but why not Conor Ben? If they're having issues with the Eubank fight, we'll fight Conor Ben, no problem whatsoever. Get him down to 147, he's proper weight. We'll fight Conor Ben and stop him.
Do you believe that the atmosphere, because Lewis hasn't really experienced an atmosphere like what he'll experience on Saturday night, do you think that will come into it in any way?
But he has experience. He's topped the bills in Belfast, and he's been on quite high up in the undercards of big shows. So that's nonsense. Listen, Lewis was a much more successful amateur than Tyrone. 97 fights, 90 wins. Now, you gain a lot of experience with those 97 fights. And he's brought it into pros. He's undefeated in 17 fights as a pro. I believe he's going to be a far better professional than Tyrone. And that's no disrespect to Tyrone. Tyrone's a fine fighter and a fine man. But I know that Lewis will be a better professional than him. So, listen, see if you can perform on the big bills like this one on Saturday night, then you're not going to achieve what you think you're going to achieve in boxing. The cream comes to the top, and he will come to the top on Saturday night.
Billy, last one from me. Martin Bakole, great win against Carlos Takam out in Saudi. What's the story with Martin going forward, and have you had any conversations about what's next?
There's little to no conversations. There's something going to be happening, which I'm not going to get into detail with, but something good's going to happen for Martin shortly. But with regards to getting a date around that, we're still waiting on Ben Shalom coming back with a date for Martin Bakole. I don't know what's happening. Maybe somebody in box or Ben Shalom can maybe let us know what's happening.
What's Martin's deal with Boxer? Is he tied down for a certain amount of fights now, or what's the story there?
He's got a 3-fight contract,
and he's obviously had one of those fights where he's 2 to go.
That's the way we see it. Aye.
Who would you like to see Martin Bakole face? Who out there do you believe that could be next for Martin Bakole?
Anybody other than Tyson and Usyk. Anybody. I mean,
would you fancy Martin against Joshua Wilder?
100%. We got offered the Wilder fight.
And what happened there?
Well, he's fighting Parker. When I say we got offered it, I was asked would we fight Wilder, and immediately we said yes. But Joseph got it, so and best luck to him.
If Martin Bakole is to come back out, does it need to be a big fight next? Does it need to be someone in the top 5-6 heavyweights in the world?
No, not necessarily. No, it could be something else. I've got a good idea what it's going to be, but you'll find out in due course. It'll not be long to find out.
Well, Billy, thank you very much for your time. Always appreciate your time on IFL, and we'll catch up after the fight on Saturday.
Thank you. All the best.